All right, so we're getting ready to go live on YouTube.
When should I start admitting the people?
Have they started coming in?
One Dr. R. Krishnamurthy is waiting in the meeting room.
Okay, another 3 minutes we can do this. We can just test this. Once the WhatsApp is ready, we can do that.
Okay, done.
Okay, so as you're doing this, I wanted to share with all of us, how can you quickly share this link with this address put in what GN is sharing with others quickly?
You're sharing it on WhatsApp, huh?
Yeah, I'll share it right now on the Zoom, the link.
Zoom length eppadi nama WhatsApp. You send it in WhatsApp. Then I will put this in my message and then send it to all, then everyone can form.
We're sending the YouTube link, huh?
Sorry, that was me. It is already on the YouTube live. Just give me a moment. Yeah, here is your link and we can start sharing and then I'm ready. I've already shared on WhatsApp.
We'll say something. YouTube link for.
No, GN has sent a message. So copy this link and put it on the message. Start sharing and then I'm ready. I've already shared on WhatsApp.
We'll say something. Link session. A link for live session on virtual facilitator by Bumblebee Academy. Is that okay?
Mahesh, you are live on YouTube already.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
I have updated, you can forward it to others. Mahesh, you got it?
No, I didn't get it.
The group itself.
1 minute. What have you sent on the group?
That YouTube link with that full message.
Oh, no, I didn't get it at all.
Or you would have received Bumblebee Mindstorm also. Or I'll put an auto live.
No, are you saying the link has to be copied and that, or you will copy that link and send it?
I have copied the link also inside that message.
Okay.
And sent that. You would have three messages now. You would have received 3 messages now.
Okay, must be in transit or I've switched on the Wi-Fi. It is only on this mobile one. Maybe it's taking a few minutes.
Oh, now it has come here.
Okay, so you can put this on status as well. Then we'll have to delete that small below one, no? Customized link that we have not put, no?
Bumblebee Academy.
Okay.
I have to take that and put that in, all that, you know.
Yeah.
Should we allow the people in?
Yes, you can allow them. Yes, please go ahead.
Because we have asked them to join 15 minutes early.
Correct.
Yeah, 9 are there. I'm allowing. Yeah, all of you be ready. I'm allowing all the people. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Hi.
Hey.
I am Sachin.
Hi Sachin, I'm Narsimhan.
Hi, Narsimhan. Nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
nice to meet you. Where are you from? Which place?
I'm from Bangalore itself.
Oh, you're Bangalore. Yeah, we are
Yeah.
also in Bangalore. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know whether Geeta is someone you know, right?
Geeta Prasanna?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I've worked with her quite a bit.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have, I think, some 10 people who have joined now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe let me see if everyone is comfortable. Ajay, Suman, Dr. Krishnamurthy, Vinay, Balachandra, Sachin. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Right.
Dr. Krishnamurthy, is that? Hello. So are you all comfortable with Zoom? Yeah. Your
Yes.
audio,
Yes.
video, all okay. You can check it out. We'll wait for other people to sign in. Sachin, you are with IBM or some other?
No, I'm a freelance trainer as well.
Okay, okay, okay.
So that's how I know Geeta.
Okay, excellent. So trainer, which are the areas of your expertise?
Like I do all kinds of trainings, right from leadership training to communication skills, behavioral skills.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Mahesh, I am not admitting one by one. I've opened it for all.
Oh, good. That is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Balachandra, Mr. Vinay. Vinay?
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Where are you joining, sir? From which place?
I am from, as of now, from Palkad, basically from Cochin, but now at
Oh, okay. Excellent, excellent. Mr. Balchandra? Okay. We have some more people signing in. Yeah. Mr. Vinay Rajan. Hi, Anandi. Your audio.
Hello.
Yeah, your audio.
Good
Yeah.
morning.
Hi. Good morning. How are you? Where are you based? Which place are
I'm
you based?
from Bangalore. I'm from
You're
Bangalore.
Bangalore.
Yes.
Okay. Welcome. Welcome to the program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chandrasekhar. Mridula Aravind. Miss Pooja Bose.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Miss Pooja. How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Yeah, good to see you. Welcome.
Good to see you, sir.
Are you in Bangalore or which city are you from?
So I am working in Munnar, Kerala,
Okay, good.
but I belong to Delhi. So currently I'm in Delhi.
Okay. We love Munnar, beautiful place.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Mr. Chandrasekhar, welcome, sir. You have a lovely background. Yeah. Unfortunately, in our office we had set up everything, but now at home we don't have that background. Your voice is feeble, sir.
Is it clear now?
Yes, loud and very clear. Beautiful.
Okay, very good. I will maintain this. It's a virtual background I created. I'm basically a trainer and a coach. I operate from Chennai. Thank you.
Excellent. Welcome, Mr. Chandrasekhar. Yes. Ananya, Shankar, Shika, Ajay, Liza. Yes, we have Mridula Arvind. Hi.
Very good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Very good morning, Gopalan sir. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Good. Today we woke up to the beautiful Bangalore rains.
Oh, lovely. Yes.
Got the message from Magesh on this.
That's right. What a heavy rains. Yeah.
Yeah. So I am a Bangalore-based counseling psychologist.
Okay,
I have a practice, and my sir, who's Ajay Thamani, is trying to connect through the audio. I'm just going to help him out on that. He's based out of Mumbai, and so he's a senior psychotherapist in the field.
Okay.
So we are a team who work together.
Excellent. Yeah. Thank you very much.
That's a little about me.
Yeah. Then,
Hello.
yes, Mr. Kabir.
Yes, sir. Visible. Yes, sir.
Yes. Very good. Yeah.
Visible.
You are using the.
Everyone, this is Rajesh.
Yeah. Got it.
Hi, Rajesh. Good morning.
Hi.
Now what should I do now?
Welcome, Rajesh. Which city are you from? Which place?
I am from Bangalore. I am working in Bangalore. Yeah, from Tamil Nadu.
Very good. Welcome, Rajesh.
Thank you.
So get yourself comfortable with the mute, unmute button so that when you have anything to share or any questions, you can unmute yourself so that we can minimize the, So at the bottom, you have the mute, unmute button for audio and stop video, start video. Yeah. If you're comfortable, you can share the video. So it takes a little bit of bandwidth. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Sridharan from NetServer. Okay. Excellent. Hi, Sridhar.
Good morning. Give me a minute. I'll connect to my speakers.
Take your time. Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome, Sridhar. Yeah. Mahesh, are you all set?
Yes, Jian, we're all set.
Okay, let's wait for a couple of minutes more. 10:58 now.
Yeah.
So as of now, we have overall 26 people in the call. Does anyone need any help in mute, unmute, any Zoom? We have Pixel 2L has joined us. Anil, Sophia, Madhuka, Kabir, Ananya, Liza, Ajay, Suman, Shrikant, Sachin, all welcome. And we have Nandanan has joined us. Hi Nandan, welcome. Mahesh?
Yes, Jian. Let's get started.
Maybe do you want to quickly have a look at who all have joined, and then then you start the slide sharing?
Yes, please. Sure, we could do that. We could have view everybody first. Let's do that. I request all of you to come on video, please, so that we can have a quick view of all of you. Good morning to you, sir.
Yes, Mahesh, over to you. Yeah, you can welcome the people and start.
Very good morning, all of you. Good to see you this morning on the virtual facilitator session. These are uncertain times for us, challenging times. At the same time, I think this is the best ever time for all of us to interact, explore something new, try out something which we've not done before, look at things, and that's how the virtual sessions itself happening. You know, a couple of years ago when people said, "Why not you do live sessions? Why not you take up live sessions?" There's always a thought process saying, "You know what? Any knowledge sharing session could be a live sessions or it could be a virtual sessions, but all behavior or interactive stuff needs to be necessarily face to face." But that has changed completely. Today we are in a different arena where everything is going virtual, and so was on the virtual facilitation as well. So today's session, we're all going to quickly look at using different tools to engage people, different set of activities we're going to work on, how we're going to use them on an ongoing basis. That's the whole idea. Be joining together. Some of you maybe, I welcome you all first. Welcome on board. Welcome to the virtual facilitator. Some of you may be familiar with Zoom. Some of you may be using it for the first time. So I thought, let me quickly take you through some of the features of Zoom we are currently using. And we will explore some more features of Zoom as well as various other technology tools available for us for virtual facilitation. Yeah. Let's get started quickly. So as you see in the screen, I'm sure or hope all of you have joined from your laptops, because the laptop or a desktop has got much more features. It's easier for you to see. The mobile, smaller icons, smaller things to see, maybe not clearly visible. Yeah. So what we can just have a look at it is look at your screens, how things are. And what you will find if you're using your laptop or desktop is on the screen, you will have a mute option. Then you will have a video option, which is the start of your video. And then you will have security, then you will have manage your participants. You will have a chat window where you can type. The chat window will have two options. Either you can send it to privately somebody in the or you can send it to everybody. So any questions, anything you have, maybe you can send it to all, or you can send it to Gopalan Narasimhan. Gopalan Narasimhan is a person who welcomes you to the program. So you can chat with him, send text to him. He will be able to support us during this program, right? So from the Bumblebee team, I'm Magesh. Magesh Murthy is my full name. I have Gopalan G. Narasimhan. Gopalan Narasimhan is his full name. I have Shrikant T, and also Bharat Gopalan. Yeah, so we'll quickly move on to today's session. So I hope all of you are comfortable, okay with Zoom. Are we good? So you can type in the chat box or give me an emoticon, yeah, like a reactions. You can show a reaction, a thumbs up sign, which is there available as reactions. Very nice, fantastic. Let's move on. Good to hear your responses. So let's start with the screen sharing, and then let's move on to look at the different activities. Yeah, we've got people from different parts of the world. We've got people from Africa. We've got people from the Middle East. We've got people from India. We've got some from other Asian countries as well. So we're going truly global with this call, and we are a global session at this point of time. Good. So let's look at it. So quickly talking about Bumblebee. Bumblebee Leadership Academy is a unit of Mindstorm Solutions Private Limited. So Bumblebee is into training and consulting in the areas of behavioral, leadership, IT project management, program management, through face-to-face sessions, virtual sessions, online sessions, as well as e-learning programs. That's what we are in. So we are based or headquartered in Bangalore with a small team of 16 of us. That's quickly about Bumblebee. I would like to get introduced to each one of you, know a lot more each one of you in person. But today, in the interest of time, we will have to go a little faster. So let's do some virtual interaction and actually learn more about you in terms of virtual aspects. You know, I'm sure the reason why we are here is to interact, make meaningful interactions, that to interact virtually, communicate, share ideas, thoughts, where you could use these activities, And how are you going to influence your stakeholders? It could be your team members, it could be your customers through virtual media, because of face-to-face, it's a lot more easier, but how are you going to influence them? That's what we intend to do today, right? So as we going to do this, the objective of our virtual facilitation is defined clearly the objective of our virtual presentations or meetings. In other words, what's the purpose of the meeting? If we set the purpose, it becomes a lot more easier. We're going to look at that purpose first, and then we will look at how do we engage our audience through interactions. In a face-to-face interaction, you could crack a joke, talk to somebody, ask them to do an activity. You could do different things. How are you going to do that in the virtual mode? That is where you're going to engage your audience through interactions. You can give them cases. You can use chat. You can run some quizzes. You can run polls. You can actually have breakout sessions. You know, today we had a large group, so we can form subgroups or form smaller groups, where in like a face-to-face classroom, we form subgroups and have interactions. We could do that as well. And for all this, how will we use the appropriate technology tools? Yeah, today I'm going to show you a variety of tools available with us. Maybe some of you will familiar with it, or some of you would say, hey, Zoom itself has got this feature. Why not we use Zoom? Yeah? So the idea is to give a variety of tools for us. And then when we design a program, we can choose which one is relevant and we could use that appropriately. Yeah, that's what we intend to do today. So I'm going to ask you quickly a first question here. For asking this question, again, I'm going to use a virtual tool. The question I'm asking all of you is, what percentage of your future meetings are going to be virtual? For which I want you to go and use an annotate option. Yeah, you will find an annotate option. In the annotate, you could use a tick mark or a spotlight or an arrow. Preferably click a spotlight, an arrow, and then you can take that, and wherever you think is your response, I want you to click on it. Yeah, I already see a few responses coming in. Yeah, good. So I want you to click on it. If you just keep moving, it will keep moving. So click it and leave it there, and you will find your responses left there. Very good. I see some of you making attempt with drawings. Very nice. Okay, so I see a lot more responses coming in the quadrant or the box. 51 to 75% of your meetings are going to go virtual. Okay, I see some of them also saying 26 to 50. Somebody is saying, I've not been using more, so it's probably 0 to 25. Yeah, we're also influencing others. So some of them wanted to put in the 0 to 25, but now you're saying no in the 0 to 25, and all of us, we're influencing them to move to a different box. Please put your own appropriate responses, because what you think is true is what is valid for you. Yeah, very nice, very good, very good. All of you able to use the annotate option. So this is called a whiteboard option, which means it could be on Zoom, WebEx, any of the go-to meetings, which we'll look at in a few minutes, the different technology tools. You could use any of these tools to do a whiteboard. What all of you are doing is right now a whiteboard, which means you're engaging your audience by asking them to use a whiteboard options. Very nice, very good to see your response. Okay. I'm going to move forward now. I'm going to move forward and clear the screen up. The next one. Okay, so I'm going to clear all your annotates, and you would like to know what role are you playing. I'm sure each one of us play different roles, and that's why I said in the introduction, I would love to hear each one of you introduce yourself, but our time is short. We just have 90 minutes and we begin. So what I want all of you to do is use another device, preferably like a mobile or a laptop. Let's say you're on a mobile, use a different mobile or a different laptop. You could also do it on the same screen, but toggling is going to take a little time. What I want all of you is go to this website, which is shown up here, which is menti.com. I want you to go to menti.com. And once you're there, stay there, and I will give you an access. Once I give you access, you can type your code in that screen, which is 686623. Yeah, I'm just going to go to that screen and give you the access. Yeah. So right now I've given you access. You can start responding there, and I will get the responses of what each one of you are doing it. So I'm going back to my screen share, which we were sharing. Yeah, if you're here, I'm asking you, what is your role in the organization? Are you from the L&D Learning and Development or a facilitator? Are you a line manager, a part of the middle management, senior management? Do you represent support functions, or do you represent others? So please go to menti.com and respond, which means you put in your responses there. Yeah, hope all of you have responded. Yeah, some can respond. Please respond. And I'm going to actually stop sharing your screen and go to the screen where I'm going to share your response results. You know, I'm going to get a kind of responses scores what you've done. Okay, that seems interesting. I see a good number of people. As you see, what's your role in your organization? It's represented by a pie chart. I'm seeing a graph where we have 12 of you from the L&D, 5 of you from the line manager or management, support function 4, and others are 11. And the numbers are increasing, and the numbers are increasing. People are responding there.
Is anyone having any difficulty? You can send me in chat.
Okay, very good. Thank you for the responses, and I got your responses. Now let's move to your second question. Let's ask you all, what's your second question is where I'm going to ask all of you. And the question I'm going to ask all of you is, do you have a need to host presentations, which means do you present in your respective roles? I found a good number of you in the other category role. For sure, you'll say L&D and other people will say yes, but we're just curious, as an entire group, do you need to host presentations? If it's a yes, you click on yes. If it's a no, it's a no. So I just want you to respond. I see a good number of responses coming in. Wonderful. Hope everybody is able to see the screen. You're able to respond.
We have 29 people have responded. 31. I think some have not got that menti.com probably. 33.
Okay, some of you are saying you're unable to find the tool. You've mentioned it. Just go to a browser, open a browser and type in www.menti.com. Once you type in the menti.com, it'll ask you for a code. That is where I want you to enter the code 686623. I'm repeating the code 686623.
I have put that in the chat window also. I think good number, Mahesh. 38 we have. We can move on.
Very good, very good. Good to see your responses. Yeah. So let's go ahead and take your last question. So those of you on the menti.com, your question is going to get refreshed. You go to the next question. The question is asking you how many presentations you make in a month. Is it 0 to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 10, or 10 plus presentations?
Wow, beautiful. Live update of the graph.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if this would have been a face-to-face, what would you have done? You would ask people to put your hands up, look at and say, count which one, how many you want, or you would ask people to come to board and write. This seems very interesting, it's very colorful, and the numbers are just lively updating there.
Real-time update, good. 23, 30, 35. Yeah, most of the people are responding.
Fantastic, fantastic. Very nice to see your responses. So that we understand a lot of you are going to do a lot of presentations and you will continue to do those presentations, right? So we will look at these questions we've asked, we've looked at them, and this is where we're going to move on. And I'm going to ask a specific question here before we actually get to the screen. Many of us say, oh, face-to-face presentations are interesting. Virtual presentation must be boring. Or I have this challenge, or we will find this not going well. So I want you to answer a question. What challenges do you face in virtual presentations which you do not face in face-to-face presentations? You're going to type these responses. You're going to type these responses as a word. If you want to add 2 words, then you hyphenate it, because if you type them as 2 separate words, it will take as 2 separate ones. For this, we will use a different tool. We will use poll everywhere. Yeah. And to go to that, you will type in pollev.com/magesham248. But just before you go there, I'm going to set it up for you before you get to that screen. Yeah, that is what you're going to do. So just think about your responses, and in a moment, I'll get that screen up for you. Once it is ready, I will let you know, and you can just get into it. Okay, that screen is ready for you. So you can go to pollev, P and E are capital, pollev.com/magesham248.
Can you repeat that, Magesh? I'll type in the chat.
Sure. Poll, P-O-L-L, E-V.
.com, yeah.
.com/
Yeah.
Magesh, M-A-G-S-H.
Yeah.
M 248.
Okay, I have given that in the link. Yeah. You can use the chat box to see the link in case anyone is not getting that. Someone playing some good music also for us. Tripti Borade. Yeah, thank you, Tripti, for muting.
Yeah, that's also probably a challenge with virtual presentations, you know. Or it could be an advantage also. You can enjoy music and do multitasking. Okay, so I'm going to go to the screen and I'm seeing a lot of responses coming on that screen. So I'm going to actually share that screen with all of you and say, what are your responses? What have you responded there? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of responses which people are talking about. Reading becomes a challenge, or recorded, so it creates a lot of discomfort. The presence of participant, the physical thing is not there. People are talking about technology issues, that internet is a problem, bandwidth is a problem, a lot of things need to be proactive. The focus becomes an issue. Some things are not sure. Some of you are talking about there's an emotional disconnect which happens face-to-face is better. You're not sure if they understood in a face-to-face. You can read the body language, you can know about it. Platform which is being used could be a problem. People get bored, people can remain muted. Yeah, interaction is not happening. And do you see your responses on the screen? You can actually see all your responses on the screen. Yeah, so here is a tool called Poll Everywhere, which you can use for creating a word cloud of people's inputs. As and when people keep creating it, you will keep getting a variety of inputs, which is completely captured as a word cloud. So that's the advantage of using these virtual presentations, the virtual tools which you can use. So these are just samples of tools what we have seen. We will get on to see a lot more aspects as we go along. Yeah, for a face-to-face presentation or virtual presentation, the fundamentals remain the same. We need to have a proper framework where we use it appropriately so that we engage the audiences at the same time, deliver effective presentations. So let me introduce you to the IPACT framework. IPACT framework is a proprietary framework of Bumblebee Leadership Academy, where we give a simple tool for each one of us to put things in perspective. Let's start with the first one, I. I is all about you as an individual, I as an individual, right? How's my confidence level? Some of us say, oh, we're talking one-on-one, I'm comfortable. When I talk to a group of 5, 6 people, I'm uncomfortable. Some of you will say, that's the easiest start. If I have to talk to 100 people, that's more challenging for me. So talking about different aspects of you as an individual, it could be in terms of your confidence level, it could be your beliefs which you carry. It's easy for me to talk to anybody. It's easy to only talk to comfortable people. I'm okay with my peers, but with seniors, I have challenges. Or with demanding stakeholders, I have challenges. So these are some of our beliefs which we carry. So I is all about you as an individual, understanding more about I. P is the purpose of your presentation. What's the purpose of the presentation? Are you making the presentation to influence somebody, to get some data, or is it just an update call, or it is just to engage the team members? Whatever different reasons, which is nothing but the why of your whole meeting. The purpose is by defining this purpose clearly, it's more easier to achieve the objective. If you look at it, any presentations at work, people generally starts and ends with your tools like your PPT, Excel, and so on. Our tendency is to use a lot more of those, right? So here what we're asking you to do is a lot more, is be aware of the purpose of what it is, and that will define it. Second, A is the audience. Whom are you going to present this? Are you going to present to somebody from a business, somebody from a techie, somebody from HR, somebody from a different background? What is their personality? Some of them like visuals, some of them like to hear more, some of them want a touch and feel factor of it. Yeah, some of them tend to be to the point. They want a lot of logical and data points. Some of them want generic information. Some of them want to make feel good. So it's about defining your audience and understanding the audience and customizing your presentation based on your audience. C is actual contents you're going to put in. What is that you're going to present? Which will definitely vary based on the purpose of the audience. If the purpose of the audience is different, automatically your content, the way you have created it, will change. As we say, one size doesn't fit all. One PPT will not solve all your problems. You have to customize creators. Yeah, T stands for tools and techniques, which is how you're presenting. In today's virtual environment, it becomes a lot more important for us to understand what different tools we're talking about it. So that is what we're focusing on. We had a glimpse of few tools. Now we will look at it in a structured way to use different tools in different aspects. Techniques could be in terms of your body language. How do you use? How do you speak? A combination of all these could be your techniques. So that's the IPACT framework for us. What we will do is we will define the purpose of your presentations. Once we define the purpose of your virtual presentations, we get a lot better with it. So let's go ahead and define the purpose of your presentations. So here is a question I'm going to ask all of you. The question I'm going to ask all of you is, what are the various presentations that you make in your organization? List the various presentations that are made in your organization and the purpose of the presentation. For example, you could go ahead and say, we do a status update meeting. The purpose of the status is to inform people of how we're progressing. That's the purpose. So I want you to define just the purpose. So you got two options. One is you can use your chat window and type. Other is like one of my friend has already done, typing it as a sales pitch. You could use the annotation. In the annotate which you used earlier, there's a text option. So you could click on the text, click it, you'll get a box and type your responses. So the first preference is type your responses on the screen. The second option could be chat. Very good. I see sales pitch. I see demo of the product. Yeah, some of you on the chat have said status, information sharing, management review. It could be a domain training or a learning about it. Monthly progress updates, creating awareness or conducting awareness programs, training for peers, training content preparation, providing informative presentations. Very nice. I request you to use the bottom of the screen. We tend to be using the upper portion of the screen a lot much, so it would help us clearly see your responses as well. So you can type it down. Yeah, for skill development you would like to use. You want to update on a daily progress status. Okay, service launch presentations, skill development, learning program, which could be a learning sharing or a quick, once you finish the program, you update about what you're learning. You summarize your learnings and share those. You would have to provide your MIS, data updates, and so on. Gian, could we hear some of the responses in the chat as well?
Yes, sure. Workshops, pre-planning activities, engagement activities. I'm a professor, I run classrooms virtually, analytics, yeah, information sharing to management, inspire and persuade people, real estate project presentation, simulations. I'm not sure what they mean, simulations, yeah. Okay, real-time simulations, okay. Excellent, a lot of interesting.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah. To make it more simpler, we will probably put them in 3 aspects. I'm going to clear all your
Some more are coming, Mahesh. Mridula, life skills training, Shrika, familiarization with upcoming technologies.
Okay.
Okay. Any more? Keeps flowing, yeah.
Okay, very interesting. All of you are very enthusiastic participants and very active participants. Good to see that. Very nice. Yeah, that builds us the confidence that in virtual sessions can be a lot more engaging. You can interact with the participants. Very nice of you all. Good job. Okay, so I'm going to clear all your annotations and move to the next slide.
You can actually save it for later reference. You know, it provides for saving whatever people have responded so that you can use it subsequently. Go on, Mahesh.
You could just save it at any point and use the data later. Thanks, Jane, for bringing that, right? What we're also talking about is the whole purpose of presentations can be put on a 3I form. The 3I, the first I is inform people. Your objective or outcome of that presentation is to inform people about something. Like many of you said, update, MIS, provide some information, which is just information or knowledge base you provide them, that is inform. The second type is influence. Although many times we say an MIS presentation or a sales pitch, these are presentations we are informing them, but our objective is to influence people. We're constantly trying to influence people to buy our product or our service or provide an update of what we're doing. Yeah, those are the influence type of presentations. Third is inspired presentations, where you're doing a large number of people. You're doing a town hall. So some of you from the HR background, you're doing a town hall, or you're a manager or senior management. You're addressing a lot of employees, or a trainer. You're doing a training for 100 people. So you're inspiring everybody. So inspiring all of those people. Yeah. Can I request people to go on mute, please? We heard some background noises and others, please. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anita is still not on mute. I'm trying to mute her, not able to mute her.
Okay.
Anita, can you please mute yourself?
Good. So the idea is we're talking about is based on your purpose, the 3I, your structure and approach of your presentation is going to be quite different. Probably today here we're doing more of informed presentation. We're just going to inform you about the various tools available. Yeah. So you can do different type of thing based on defining your clear purpose. Your presentation gets different. Okay, I'm going to ask you a quick question and saying, what's the difference between a webinar and a web conference? Are they same? Are they different? You could type your responses on the chat window. Okay, Madhuri says they're quite different. Okay, you could type on your chat window, or if you could say if both are the same, then you can use an annotate and put a tick mark. Use a stamp and put a tick mark. If you say they are different, use a cross mark. Okay, very good responses. In the interest of time, I'm moving a little ahead, but all of you, what you're saying in your chat windows is very true. Webinar is a one-way mode where the instructor or trainer or the presenter, they're just doing one-way information download. They're just sharing information. Whereas a web conference is a mutual discussion, an interactive session where everybody gets involved, everybody talks about it. So what we recommend for virtual sessions is if you want to do a web conference mode, limit it to 12 to 15 people, because then your interaction is the best. If you're going to have more than 15 people, it is better to use a webinar mode where you're just sharing quick information, and then you could take subgroups, have smaller interactions. Or see if you can use a breakout sessions as often as possible so that you have smaller groups interacting a lot more effectively. Now, since our group is a larger group here, we have about 48 participants, we're using a webinar mode. Which is where more often I am presenting it. I'm only asking you questions, taking your inputs, but we'll continue this to keep it a webinar mode for us to learn faster and move ahead. Yeah, very good responses. I saw many of the click responses as well, as well as a lot of responses on the chat window. Thank you for doing that. Let's move ahead. As we move ahead, I want to ask about and saying, many of you are familiar. Which tools do you use to conduct your virtual sessions? Can you respond in the chat, or you can type on the text here? Which are the tools you use to conduct your session? Like some of them talked about earlier, saying WebEx is easier, Zoom is okay. Yeah, I have some of you responding. Mrudula is saying Zoom, WebEx, Microsoft Teams, Google Class, Facebook Live, GoToMeeting, Blue Jeans, Zoom, Microsoft Teams. Okay, Duo. Very good, fantastic. Which means many of you are familiar to your POFs, are exploring different options. So it's a good idea to look at the different tools we have. There are enormous of tools, but let's look at the most popular tools. Yeah, the most popular tools which are being used now, and in the last 40 days, it's been completely, the scape is changing. Each one is defining a lot more. Each one is getting a lot more features, a lot more demanding customers we have become. So they're giving a lot more features. The most popular one is Zoom, which is what we are here. So talk about Zoom features. It has got a free version as well as a pro version. Free version, you can use up to 40 minutes, up to 100 people can join in. A pro version, you could have conference calls up to the same 100 people. You'll have some more options like polling, breakout. Those options are available, and you will not get interrupted. It's a continuous session unless you have network issues. Otherwise, normally you're not interrupted. That's the benefit of Zoom. WebEx, Cisco WebEx, one of the very popular tools in the corporate world. A lot of people have been using it. They have given tremendous features. It can again go with unlimited time, even for a free one. Paid versions have more features. They have enterprise editions and so on. But easily you could do a virtual training. A lot of you asking for training sessions. You could do a fantastic one with a WebEx where you could preload all your videos, PPTs, and just transition them and use it on the screen so it doesn't consume bandwidth. Very faster. It's got a lot more interactive in terms of chats. Yes, you may not be able to see the faces like what you see on Zoom, but definitely a worthwhile tool to explore. Cisco WebEx is doing fantastic. Skype for Business, another interesting one, which is similar, which uses, it's nothing but a Microsoft tool. Earlier, it was part of Microsoft Link. That is what has become Skype for Business. Wonderful tool, it's useful. Meet initially is nothing but if you're holding hangouts for individuals. The business edition is that. Business edition is a Meet, Google Meet, which has also got very good features. It's scaled up with a lot more changes. They've got fantastic changes on it, right? You have Microsoft Teams, which many of you are familiar using it, which is also getting popular. The first ones are more easier, and you've got both combinations of free versions and paid versions. Yeah, for example, Microsoft Teams, if you have a Microsoft 365 account, that's good enough for you to start it if you don't have a corporate edition. Whereas there are two dedicated focused ones, high-end ones, which is GoToMeeting and Adobe Connect, which predominantly uses a lot more of the technology piece. That's only a paid versions. You get trial versions to try it. Very good clarity, importantly used for a lot of high-end meetings, for connects with large people. It starts with smaller numbers. You can easily host 250 to 500 people live on it. Yeah, those are the options which are available with the GoToMeeting and Adobe Connect. So I'm going to pause here and then just check, are we all familiar with this? Are we okay to look at it? Yeah, I'm just going to look at it and see what are the options.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all spoke about the interesting challenges about virtual presentations. Now, probably I will actually play a video which was much popular before, and it is created by Zoom. You know, imagining if the Zoom video conference was imagined as a face-to-face conversation, how would it be? Yeah. So I'm going to play a video for all of us. Yeah, the video will come up, and then I'll start sharing the screen as well.
being here on time.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Let's go ahead. I'm going to play from the beginning.
Hey, Paul. Thanks for being here on time. Paul? Hey, Paul, can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yes. Hey, Tyler. Sorry, I'm late. I have a hard time connecting. 1 second. Paul's having a sound issue. I can't hear you. I'm adjusting your output setting. Can you hear me? It's the gear icon. Tyler, are you on hotel Wi-Fi? Yeah, right. Never mind, I got it. I just had to change a few settings. Great, great. Get started then. Great. I think your mic is fine. Your speakers. My mic? Do you have headphones? Oh, you put them on. No, what you smell them. No, I want you to put them on. Hey, Beth.
Hey everyone, sorry I'm late. I had to download a new version of the platform.
You should plan extra time for the updates. There's pretty much one every time. I was like someone just joined me.
Hey guys, it's John. I had to call in. I'm stuck in traffic. Have I missed anything yet?
No, it would have been nice for you to join the rest of us, but we'll see you when you get home. All right, while everyone is here, finally, Tyler, do you have that financing report?
Well, it's been the last few weeks updating our books, and I got some great news for you. From this point last year, we had a great Q1.
We lost Tyler, I think.
Am I frozen? I think we lost Tyler.
Yeah, I know, we lost Tyler.
Hey guys, it sounded like Tyler was cutting out.
We know, John. All right, while we wait on Tyler, why don't we go over all of the reports? Beth, are you with us?
Oh yeah.
Okay, everyone, I know some of you have to leave soon, but I just wanted to go over a couple of the curious reports. Okay, excuse me. My wife's out of town this week. Daddy's, so sorry. Okay, you just spilled grape juice on the carpet. Daddy's in a meeting. Tyler, can you go over the numbers one more time, please?
I thought that's an adjustment.
Sorry, guys, that's my iTunes.
Hey guys, hang on. I'm gonna join in. Hey, what platform are you guys on? Skype? FaceTime?
It's the invite.
Oh, never mind. I see it. It's right there in the invite.
Okay, now I can see everybody. Let's reschedule and let's just do a regular old conference call, okay? Paul, can you have David send out the 9-digit passcode? I heard you. Good old time. All right, everybody. Talk to you later. Like a lot of video conference.
Yeah, quickly, that was for us to see what happens with these technology glitches, or if you're not well-versed, not aware with them, what kind of things can happen. Yeah, so it's just important for us to get prepared for these virtual meetings or virtual presentations and plan all these aspects. Otherwise, we will see a lot of these glitches which happens. I'm sure you're all familiar with many of these areas, which you quite often see them. Let's get back to our quick presentation.
Anyone would like to share, Mahesh? Maybe take a minute break for you. Yeah,
oh, sure. I know we would like to definitely hear people.
Anybody would like to share anything? Maybe you can unmute yourself for a moment, only one person at a time, or you can raise your hand. We can unmute you. Sridhar, Nandan, anyone? Lakshmi.
Okay, Sridharan here.
Hi, Sridhar. Yeah.
Good morning. Yes, it's a pretty good video. I think it's. I could recall a lot more things that usually happens on the conference call. Especially the guy calling in when he's stuck in traffic. A very common scenario, which we don't see now because of the lockdown.
Okay, that's good. Any other reflections, thoughts, Lakshmi?
Yeah, I think even if everybody's video and audio is working, sometimes when you share the screen, there is a bit of a glitch and there is a lag. So I was trying to teach a software where I was like, my audio was different and the video was different. So what I was talking did not sync with what I was presenting because of the audio video lag. So yeah, that's another thing that I faced similar to what was going on with.
Excellent. How did you solve that problem?
Then I did a video, I recorded a video tutorial, posted it, and then in the next video call, we had a discussion about it where we went to specific steps and kind of tried to use images to kind of solve the problem rather than kind of use the full audio video, do the entire tutorial by screen share.
Excellent. There are so many possibilities and options available for us. More and more we explore new options. So in this session, we are trying to have a big picture overview of how we can make an effective, engaging presentation. That's the idea of it. Maybe some of you can share any other similar experiences too. Anyone else?
Yeah, the most often occurring challenge that I faced is the bandwidth issue, where one of the speakers, their voice goes on to a kind of a singing mode, drags on and on and on. So we really don't know how to do that. So what we do is we generally have everyone go off video and try to be on mute. And sometimes they change from headset to external speaker or change the network or something like that. There's no permanent fix, but we live with whatever saves the day. That is one. And second thing is, I quite agree with what Lakshmi just said. The screen share doesn't reach. So how we handled it is very quickly send a mail of the presentation and ask them to open, and you say, look at slide number 4, slide number 5, and things like that. These are the two most common things that we come across.
Excellent. We have to keep on exploring options. That's what I think. We Indians are very good at jugaad. And of course, we have some Africans and Middle East people also. But Indians are known for jugaad all over the world. Okay, good. Any other? Thank you, Mr. Chandrasekhar. Anyone else? Nandan, are you there? African, only African participant?
Yeah. One of the things I've learned from presentations, if we are not organized, it actually, to use a wrong word, it screws up the whole session. Yeah. So one has to be very organized, test the systems, because we have seen when we conduct interviews, for example, the candidate gets frustrated, senior panelists get frustrated, and even for presentation with senior officials. If you are not organized, everything is not okay, then the whole purpose will be defeated. So it's very important to be very organized for such presentations.
Very good point. Thank you, Nandan, for sharing it. So be clear with your, what is the objective of this particular presentation? Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much, Nandan. Yeah. Back to you, Mahesh. Are you going to provide some more time towards the end for sharing some more experiences or questions?
Oh, yes, we will definitely provide some time at the end of the session. Have some more interactions. We will definitely do that. Okay. So we'll go ahead. I think one of the best things I found for sharing videos and presentation with not an issue is a WebEx is an excellent tool. In WebEx, you upload all your videos and presentation on the WebEx itself. So it's not playing from your system, so you don't find normally lags and delays. It's played instantly, so it is like everybody accessing individually from a server. So I would recommend you to try out WebEx with the videos or PPTs there. Yeah, as everything has got its own plus and minuses. The minus I see with WebEx is your slide transition doesn't happen there. It will just show as images. So I recommend to go back to our old method or very old method of saying, instead of transition, create multiple slides as you go on to show to people. Yeah. So this is some of my experiences with different tools. So let's go ahead and let's see the next set of things, which is how are you going to engage the participants? What other tools can we use for engagement? Let's get to the engagement tools. We've seen the virtual meeting or conference tools, which you've seen. Let's look at different tools we can use for engaging. And these are different tools we have put in. One definitely is to ask people to come on video. When you see people face to face, it works really well. Or playing a video helps you engage your audience. Second is chat, which I see wonderfully this group is doing. We're constantly chatting, we're talking, we're having conversations. Third is to have poll options. Some of you did some kind of polling options earlier, and later also I will demonstrate one more poll. So it's to ask a few questions and ask people to poll. You get participant views or opinions about a topic or the activity you're doing, so you're able to engage them. Fourth is to ask a lot of quiz. You can set up the appropriate answers and ask people to take a multiple choice question or a true or false, and ask them to answer and create some grading, some options. Yeah. Some of you, I see about 35 people have taken the Kahoot quiz, which I sent you as an email along. That's maybe at the end of the day, we will do a live session. Yeah, Trupti, can you go on mute, please? We hear your other conversation on the call. Okay. So that's another one. We will do this using another tool called Kahoot. We can do a quiz. Yeah. The fifth option is actually a breakout option. If time permits today, we will definitely demonstrate. We have about 50 of us. We can break this whole large meeting into sub teams. We can actually have a breakout session. We could have right from 2-member group to as many as we want. It can be designed in such a way that the host or the facilitator can assign each of them individually or automatically randomize the groups. It's like your face-to-face sessions. You tend to put people in different groups and have interactions. Yeah, that could be done. That's possible. Whiteboarding options is what you've seen using the whiteboard. There are different tools where you can actually draw, write a lot more, like as though you're doing on a whiteboard. That's one possible. Another one is PPT. Use your PPT, which you can transition, show them. Another interesting tool of late I've been hearing people using it, and I tried it, works amazingly well, is using Google Slides. Yeah, I'm sure I'm assuming here, many of you are familiar with Google Docs, Slides, or Sheets. They are the Google's versions of the Microsoft's Word, PPT, and Excel. Where you're creating similar set of sheets, but they're all online, they're instant. So what you can do is create a common Google slide and ask people to key in data or show information and project that Google slide. Everybody will be able to see instantly what people are responding. Or you could open a Google sheet, which is nothing but a spreadsheet, and ask people to key in data, numbers, and you will see instantly data coming up on the screen. So these are different tools you could use for engagement. Not necessarily that you have to use all the tools, but you can pick and choose the ones which work aptly, which is appropriate in your conversations, or to make your interaction more effective, you could use the right tool which helps you. Yeah. So these are different tools. So let's look at the specific in terms of what technology tools can we use for each of them. Yeah, you can chart them as chat, breakout sessions, or whiteboards, which predominantly all your virtual interaction tools or virtual conference tools provide them inbuilt. They are inbuilt in the system itself. For example, Zoom has got the whiteboard, it's got a breakout sessions, it has got chat options. It also includes polling option as well, Zoom. Yeah. Similarly, WebEx has got all these options. So you could explore these options which are inbuilt in your technology itself. Yeah. And the next set of things you can categorize as surveys, polls, and quizzes. So here are some recommendations. You could use a Mentimeter, which is what the first few questions all of you answered is the mentimeter.com. And when you type in create responses, the responses goes at menti.com. Yeah, we will in a while take a look at it. Kahoot is another one. You had sent out an email asking you to take an offline quiz, which is about the virtual facilitator at 5 questions. If you've taken well and good, you would have got a first-hand experience. If not, we will do a virtual one towards the end of the session. We can actually experiment it. Poll Everywhere has got similar options. You could create quizzes, options, look at it. What you all did a word cloud talking about the challenges of virtual presentation was using Poll Anywhere, Poll Everywhere. Google Forms, we already spoken about it, how it could be. Google Forms is more surveys, which is how all of you got registered for this program. That's how you've used them. Yeah. Slido is another interesting, engaging tool. You could explore them. These are some of the popular tools and very effective, very less glitches or minimal downtime periods. So I recommend using any of them. You could try any of these tools initially. If you're satisfied with your work, then you can go for a paid version. You could subscribe it, work it. My recommendation is try different tools. Once you or the team who's going to work together, you discuss the pros and cons, look at the best options, then invest in that tool. Because the drawback of technology is we keep investing on so many tools, but tend to not use them. Or otherwise, we tend to keep trial versions of it. The moment it asks for a paid version, we tend to not use it. So I would recommend to check that if you can do it. Yeah. So go ahead and use the different set of tools. Now for us to experiment or use something, we will take a specific tool. For example, what I want all of you to do is use the browser or a phone, preferably use a different device so that you can see this screen as well as that screen together. Go to https://www.mentimeter.com. Just go and click in there and you can do a sign up. Sign up if you're okay, comfortable with using your Google signups, do it, or you prefer the traditional method of giving in your username, password, and doing it, you can do it. I'm going to pause here and wait for the next 2 minutes so that all of you can go ahead and get an access of this. So once you're ready, I will actually go to the Mentimeter screen and demonstrate what are different things you can try there. Yeah, please open a browser and enter there.
They are working on the Mentimeter. There are still some questions in the chat on how to write on your screen. Maybe you can demonstrate that view options.
Oh, okay, sure. So how to write?
Later. Let them finish it. That is one.
We can do
and
that. Yeah.
Also another interesting question is other whiteboarding tools.
Okay.
Maybe you can take that later. Just note.
Sure. I will make a note of these two questions. We will take that a little later.
So Mentimeter, they need to answer the questions, right?
Yeah, Mentimeter not answer the question. Let them be at the Mentimeter screen. I'm going to help them how they can create their own stuff.
Okay. So once you have signed into the Mentimeter, please wait for a moment. We are waiting for all to sign up there. You create your own account and sign up. So this is how you can use Mentimeter to create your own quiz, right? Is that right, Mahesh?
That's correct, Jan. Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, again, it's music. This time
seems to be a great person who's inseparable from music. All the time music is on. At the same time, they're able to learn new things.
Yeah. It's good. Mahesh, you can also take this idea. You can, whenever you're waiting for them to do something, you can play some good music.
Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, we should be able to do that.
Yeah. Or you can sing.
Good options. Yeah, we have to try that. Yes.
Yeah, you have a good voice. You speak, it's like Amitabh Bachchan's voice. Maybe you can sing like SP Balasubramaniam.
It needs a lot of effort. Yes, we can definitely do that, and I'm sure music is a taste for each one, has various tastes. But a good idea, good suggestion. Yeah. Okay, so it's been about 2.5 minutes now, so I'm quickly going to your screens. If you're already registered there, you could click on create presentations. Yeah, and you'll get options like this. You could add multiple slides. So I'm just demonstrating what you have responded this morning. You could go ahead and click on the type of question. Is it a multiple choice question, or you want to form a word cloud? You want to have open-ended question where you want people to key in data. You want to have scales. You want to create a ranking system. You want to have different images and then ask them to choose which one they want, or you want to have a Q&A session. Yeah, you could also create quiz, which is selecting the answer, or a subjective type responding the answers. You can choose any one of them. So for this case, I've actually chosen the option of multiple choice. That's what we've chosen here. And then we went to the content part and actually keyed in your question and the options. You can go up to 10 options, but I recommend for the ease of use not to have more than 5 options. 5 options is max I would recommend. And then you could add what kind of output or layout you want to the results, either a bar graph or a donut or a pie chart or like dots. What we actually saw as the first one was a pie chart. Second question, you did a dots. The third question, you used bars. So you could use the ones which are different in nature and you can use them. So normally, if you, now that all of you are trying a free version, it will allow you to create 2 slides, and it has got smaller gimmicks where they talk about if you introduce or send a mail inviting somebody to this, you'll get access to 1 more slide. Yeah, but I'm sure if you like it, you enjoy it, why not? Why not invest on the tool? You can definitely invest on the tool, but be sure you're going to use it and then invest on it. So explore these options. Yeah, it's a good option for you to explore, see a lot many things. So I'm just using Mentimeter as an example and demonstrating it here. You could use different tools. Yeah, poll everywhere is also similar, easier options. You could use that as well. I'm sure each one of us have a different ways of doing it. My recommendation is you try out something, talk to your close friends or team members, ideate it, demonstrate it, experiment it. Once you're confident, use it in your live sessions. Yeah, maybe I recommend you can try one of them, but just to give you a heads up as why I'm doing this, you could go ahead and use it at a different point of time as well. Yeah. So I'm going to pause here and come back to our main presentation.
Would you like to take 1 or 2 questions on Mentimeter now?
Sure, Gian, we can do that. Yeah, we can take about next 3 minutes. So please type in your questions or you can ask your questions.
Yeah. Raise your hand or raise your question in chat. Looks like none. Everyone is clear. They can try.
Okay.
Yeah. Move on.
Good. Sounds good. So you can keep experimenting. You can keep doing a lot more.
Just
yeah. So all of us would like to have.
Okay. No questions from Sridhar. Yeah, we can move on, Mahesh.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. You know, tips for virtual presentations. What are 3 tips to make your virtual sessions interesting and engaging? How do you make it effective? They're always there. So these is based on my experience. I have 3 tips.
Mahesh, sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt.
Yes, Jian.
There is a raised hand from Shweta Gopalakrishnan.
Okay, so we'll pause it and take it.
Shweta, you can mute.
You can unmute
yourself and then ask your question, or I can unmute you. I have unmuted you, Shweta. You can ask your question. Shweta? Shweta?
Not sure, she was trying probably the tool.
Okay, I think probably should have tried that raising the hand. I'll lower your hand, Shweta. You can ask your question later. Thank you. Bye.
Good. All right, so welcome back. So we're going to take about the 3 tips which we're talking about the virtual session. I think Lavanya has raised her hand right now.
I have a question. So how do we actually, am I audible?
Yes, loud and clear, Lavanya. Go ahead.
Okay, so how do we actually, input this live Mentimeter or poll everywhere into our live sessions itself? How do we actually include that? Because I did not get that point.
Okay. So very good question. Good question. One is creating it. Second is using it there. So I'm going to pause this and go back to the Mentimeter screen at this point of time. Yeah. So if you look at it, when you actually create this, each of your screens will actually, a slide will have an area which talks precisely about go to menti.com. Let me use a spotlight and show this. Can you see this? Go to menti.com and use the code. If you normally set this code, if you create it, the code is valid for 48 hours from the time you set it in. So in your live presentations, you could actually have a copy of the slides or copy an image and paste it and have it handy with you. It is only valid for 48 hours. Post 48 hours, the slides will remain, but the code will change. The code will expire and the code will change.
Okay, I got it. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah. So same with even poll everywhere, you use a similar one. Okay, let's get back to our slide. We're talking about 3 tips to make your virtual sessions effective and engaging. The first tip is a 60-second rule. We tend to lose people's attention. You know, face-to-face presentation, we normally say people's attention span is less. So anything beyond 10 minutes, people will not be there. We don't have at the stage. If you look at TED Talks, they limit it to 18 minutes. They say 18 minutes is an effective time you can hold the attention, so they have 80 minutes. Whereas a virtual session, we're calling it a 60-second rule. In the first 60 seconds of people getting onboarded, is there a problem you can pose it to them? Is there a question you can ask them? Is there a quiz which you can ask them? Do something which gathers attention where they have to respond. That's a 60-second rule. If you're able to do that first step, you get your attention, you get your audience clued into look, what next? That helps very well. So that's your first step, have a 60-second rule. Yeah, it could be an activity, anything of those side, but ensure you have it. Rule number 2 is the MVP. But in a products, people who are working on products, IT, software, will talk about it as most viable product. Sorry, minimum viable product. What is the bare minimum you can use it? So what we recommend is use minimal slides. But the slides have large fonts, there are more transitions, that is more, lot more. Make it as much as visual. That is where people will enjoy. So the recommendation or thumb rule I say is for a face-to-face presentation, if you have 2 slides, here I recommend it to make it as 4 slides. The same 2 slides, make it into 4, but more virtually designed. But the overall one, let's say for a virtual session of 60 minutes, if you're using 20 slides, here I recommended to bring it down, use about 15 slides with a lot of animations and transitions. That's the MVP rule. Keep your slides minimal, but keep it a lot more visual and engaging. 5-minute rule, and every 5 minutes, you need to do a random check, shake people up, ask for names to respond, so that there is more activities. At the same time, not to talk more than 5 minutes. If you're going to talk beyond 5 minutes, it's going to become a monologue. Only you're going to keep talking. People are going to get bored or they're going to lose interest. So keep them engaged, have this conversation ongoing. So that's your 3 tips: 60-second rule, MVP rule, and the 5-minute rule. The more you're able to use this, the efficient and better we get with it. Yeah, that's our quick tips. Now we will take the Kahoot quiz. We have set up a simple 5 questions for you online and sent a link, which was to take as a standalone mode, which means you individually respond when you get it here. Now for this quiz, I want all of you to have another device, preferably a mobile device. The scoring, it's a score-based quiz. Your score responses will come in for 2 things. One is the correct answer. Second is how fast you answer. So I want all of you to pick up another mobile, another device, have it handy. Yeah, because the questions are going to show up on the screen. You'll only get the options where you can respond on your mobile screen or other device. Yeah, so get ready, all of you. If you're ready, get ready quickly and get onboarded. And I'm going to quickly in a moment share the screen where you're actually going to start your quiz. Yeah, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and come back to your Kahoot screen. Yeah, so all of you are ready. So I'm using this mode here. If you got your system ready, I'm going to go ahead and yeah, I want you to go to www.kahoot.it. Go to kahoot.it and that screen will ask for a pin. Enter the pin 750944 and enter your name. As you're entering your name, I'm getting these names on the screen here. Yeah, I already see a lot of players coming up on the screen. Very nice, very good to see. I've got 8 players right now. Oh, 11 players, 12 players. Fantastic. I'm seeing a lot more of you coming up. Very nice, very nice. We've got 15 players so far. I'm going to wait for the next 20 seconds for more people to onboard. Quickly. Very nice, very good. I'm hearing your responses. I'm seeing your responses. Very good. 22 players, 23. Now remember, it's an online gaming kind of quiz. You're going to play online. So you need to be fast. It's like a faster swinger. At the same time, give the correct answers. Yeah, I'm just going to get started quickly. So just checking if anybody needs to join in. Quickly join in.
How many have joined, Mahesh?
28 players.
28. Maybe give 1 more minute time.
Sure. We'll do that.
We have close to 47 people.
Yeah.
So we can wait for another 10 people to join. Is anyone having any difficulty? www.kahoot.it.
Yeah, the more number of players we get, the better it is. Let's get going. Yeah, don't worry about it. It is good. We can always try do something different. It's okay if you don't get the right responses. Yeah, some of us could use our short names if you don't like to disclose our full name. If the curiosity is saying, I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Any prize for the winners? You're going to give special pricing for your next program?
Oh yes, definitely we have got that offer. Yeah, you're going to have a one-on-one session. The top 3 winners are going to get a one-on-one session of 20 minutes where you can actually ask any tools, anything to do with virtual sessions. That's the prize for the top 3 winners, first 3 winners.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, good. Let's get started. In the interest of time, we should move ahead. Let's get started. Are you ready? We're going to start right now. So please have a look at this screen because this screen is going to ask the questions. Whereas your choices or responses are going to come on your mobile or other device which you have with you. All right. We get started. Let's get started. And I'm going to click on start. Here's where it's starting. You've got 5 questions. It's beginning now. And here is your first question.
"30 people have answered. How many are there totally, Mahesh?
33.
Okay, 3 more answers.
Yeah, it's one question at a time. So please ensure you answer one question at a time. Once everybody is done, is where we move to the second question. You can't get to answer all the 5 questions. Oh, looks like more number of people have done. Okay. So we got 16 right responses and other responses. Let's look at your scoreboard now quickly. Mansi is leading with 976 points, and closely is Batman. Interesting, we've got Batman on to play here as well. So you're seeing the top 5 answers: Mansi, Batman, Rudula, Madhuka, and Anil. You are the top winners for this particular question. Others get competitive, and 5 of you, all the best. All of you, all the best. We move to your second question quickly.
The pin, Mahesh?
Can you ask me something?
That's okay. Someone has responded. The pin wanted. Yeah.
Okay.
We are very alert participants. Most of the questions are answered by them. I'm just waiting and watching.
Okay.
Only Anita is not able to join, and she is giving all the answers online. Anita, please don't give answers.
Okay, 35 of you responded and 30 correct answers. Let's go to the scoreboards. Mrudula has moved up 1 position. The 5 of you are trying to retain the same position. The top 5 remains the same. Mrudula has moved up 1 position up. Others, go ahead and participate. You still have chance. You've got 3 more questions to go. Just 2 questions are gone. Let's move to the third question. Okay, 32 of you have responded, the right answers, and let's look at the scoreboard now. Batman has gone to #1 position now. A lot of people, they're up 5 places. Kadri has moved up. Okay, good. Let's move on to your next question. We've just got 2 questions, question 4 and then 5.
$34 people have responded. You can put music now. Or a timer.
All right, very good. So let's see your scoreboard now. That seems to be a tough competition between Mridula and Batman. And the first 5 initial ones are maintaining your positions. 14 new players have reached streak 3, which means 3 consecutive right answers, 14 players. Interesting. Let's go to your last question and see what happens with your scoreboard.
You're given too much time, Mahesh.
Yeah, there are 37 of them. Even if the 37 complete, the timer will just go away.
Okay,
just
5
because
of
of
you.
33, 34 are responding.
Last 5.
Yeah.
The last 5, please, fast.
The 5 minutes quickly end.
32 people, 20 seconds getting wasted. Productivity loss.
Okay, let's see your scoring. And here is the podium of the winners.
Mansi
is second runner-up. Mridula is the first runner-up. The winner is Batman. Yeah, we have Madhuka and Anil who are 4th and 5th. Congratulations, all the winners. As we promised, the gift is you can reach out 3 of you individually to us. You can have an exclusive 20-minute session where you can ask questions related to virtual, try out something new, anything related to virtual facilitation. Get a 20-minute one-on-one session. Reach out to us, write to an email. You will get your response.
Can we see Batman?
The Batman, can we have you on the screen? Can you switch on your video?
Can we see you going live on the video. Batman. Oh, there he is. Batman in Indala.
Yeah, Naveen here, sir. Yeah.
Naveen. Okay, thank you. Congratulations, Naveen.
Thank you very much.
You have a real fast finger. Congratulations. Then who is that second? Mansia or no? Mrudula.
Mrudula.
Can we see? There she is, Mrudula. Congratulations.
Mrudula, can you say a few words? You can see everybody together.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's been a very engaging and very, very fun session, I would say. Nice and refreshing. Thank you so much for this.
Excellent. Congratulations.
You're welcome.
Mansi, where is
Mansi?
Mansi?
Hi.
Congratulations.
Hi. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Anita, you want to say something? You have been restlessly waiting, because you don't have a second device, because only if you have two devices, you can quickly respond to this. Yeah. So she was sharing all the answers in the chat mode.
Very nice, very good. All of you participated really well and fantastically done. That's how you can use different tools to engage your audience. Yeah, so as we go ahead, here is a quick survey question I have all of you. And again, you can use technology. This is a QR code scanner, which I'm sure now with a lot of Google Pay, Paytms, we're all very familiar to use it. So please use any of the barcode scanners and it'll take you to the Google form. If you're not comfortable using a scanner, just type on this link and go to it. It has just 2 questions. You can scroll through it, respond, enter your email ID and respond to this. And post which we will take up few questions and we will spend the next 5 to 7 minutes responding to your questions. So I'm just waiting and pausing here for all of you to go through this and respond to the survey here. Screen got closed. Just give me a moment. I'm opening it up for you.
Magesh, later Anil has a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take that.
Sure, I will
To know how to use a hyperlink or a video or a poll in chat.
Okay.
Is it possible? You can, right?
Yeah, we can use this. Yeah. So let me ask this question. So I'm going to put this question. If people have responded, they're well and good. Otherwise, let me actually announce a poll here right now. I'm going to launch a poll for all of you to see on the screen. Yeah, I'm launching a poll here. It's the same question. Either you can do it on that Google Map link was scanned or on the Zoom here right now. I'm doing it so that you don't have to get to a different device. Right now, you will see a polling. Yeah. Gian, is it showing up on the screen for you?
That poll screen? Yeah, Bumblebee in progress. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So each one of you individually will get to respond. You can keep responding this.
Where do we respond?
There's a polling option there. You can just click on the answers for it.
Some are saying they can't see that.
Okay, can one of you who has responded help the others quickly, please? Can I take your help? Yeah, go to that. You have a polling option. There's a polling option showing up on the screen. You will see a polling option. That click on that and it'll open up.
Some are not able to see.
Okay. Because I see about 24 of them have been able to respond to this so far. So others can go to the Google Map link, the survey.
Browser maybe pop-up is blocked. So if they're on the browser accessing Zoom, maybe pop-up is blocked. They can check their pop-up blocker possibly.
Thank you. Thank you for a valuable input on that.
I think still some are not able to see. Maybe the pop-up block they have to check in the settings. Or
Yeah, that's right. Otherwise, don't worry about too much about it. Go back to the same screen. You have these options. You can still use this.
you want to give that link once again?
Yes, I'm going to type it on the chat, the link. I'm showing up on the screen, plus I'm going to type it up in the chat now. Yeah, I've typed that on the chat. Okay.
So they need to cut and paste this, or what is it?
Yeah, they can cut and paste that on the browser.
So they have to go to a different browser, right?
Different browser, that's right. This you could use on the same system also. Absolutely fine, you can do that.
QRGO. QRGO.
Do a cut and paste there.
You cut and paste to copy it. In case you have to type it on a different system, then you can do HTTPS qrgo.page.link/2 NN as a number, which is a caps FS7.
Cecily, you got it? Cecily Davis?
Not yet, not yet, not yet. I'm just typing it in.
Okay, fine. Yeah. No, yes, you can try.
Not able to cut and paste.
Okay.
Okay, as people are taking the survey, responding it, I'm going to keep that open. We will open the forum for discussion. So I request those of you completed to come on video. Others can continue to finish it and then we can come back. So let's open the forum for discussions. I want people to ask questions. We can take it up. I already have 2 questions. How can you write on the screen and different whiteboarding tools?
They can raise their hand in the reactions. Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Gopalan, I'm getting a dynamic not found. Dynamic link not found.
Okay. Can you try once again? Because
I'll try.
Yeah, because you typed it, right? You typed letter by letter.
Yes, yes, yes.
No, there is no misspell or something. You can check once again.
Thank you.
Otherwise, you can try. I'll put it once again in the chat window.
Okay. Okay.
You can cut and paste so that there is no mistake.
Okay. Okay.
I've given the link once again. So I have to. Once again, I'll send it to you.
Okay, you can do that, Gian. As you're doing that, what I'm doing is I'm opening the window frame for people to share your experience of the quick or fast-paced session and your questions as well. Yeah. So whoever is coming on, if preferably if you can come on your video, it's a good idea. Please come over and express.
First one is from Madhuri. Madhuri can go on.
Okay. Is it I am the only Madhuri or more Madhuris are there?
Oh, is it? Okay, let me see. Go ahead, you go ahead if you have one.
I just wanted to ask, I am not able to write on the screen whenever it was asked. So I just wanted to know where that tool is available, because the raise hand I was able to find in my, it is available in the participants.
Okay.
At the bottom participant tab, when I expanded, at the bottom at the right end corner, I am able to find that raise hand option. So I wanted to know how we can write, or we can ask the participants so that they can write on the board.
Okay, Madhuri, thanks for asking that question. What you're using right now, raise hand, chat, those are on the chat or the participant area. You'll have to find on your screen called an annotate option. ANNOTATE, annotate.
Yeah, Magesh, the annotate option is part of the view options on top of the laptop. You're using a laptop screen, you will see a view options. Next to you are viewing Bumblebee Academy screen, you will see a view options. Do you see that?
No, I am seeing this gallery view, speaker view. Enter
The
full.
left of it, you just do a mouse over. You are viewing Bumblebee Academy screen.
Yeah.
Next to that, what does it show? Next to that, continue the screen sharing, please.
I continue.
Okay.
Continue the screen sharing, Mahesh.
Yeah.
Yeah, view option is there.
Yeah, click on that view options. There is a small arrow next to that.
Annotate is there.
Yeah, click on that. There are multiple options you can do with. So take your time, explore. There are many options. Within Annotate, you have multiple options.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, okay, thank you. Next question, please. Who is that? Cecily has a question.
Hi, I have a question.
How can the organizer see all participants? Magesh?
Yeah, it's a 12 to 15 people you can see in one screen. If there's more, it will go to multiple screens.
Can I ask through audio, Mr. Mahesh?
Sure, please go ahead.
No, at school, we are using Teams, Microsoft Teams.
Okay.
And when we try to organize an assessment and we would like to see our participants, we are able to see only 4 at a time. Can't we not see? We have around 30 participants. Is it possible to see 30 children online?
So very good question you asked. That's the drawback of Microsoft Teams. The top 4 popular speakers is what will keep showing up. Anybody who has recently done a longer conversation, only they 4 will show up with Microsoft Teams. Not all will be showing up like Zoom.
Okay, so only on Zoom you can see all participants, not
That's
on
right.
Teams.
Zoom can see it, and now Google Meet, the latest version, also has got it.
Okay, okay. Because the other features that you showed, we are able to use on Teams, including the whiteboard and all the other features.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. The
Yeah,
only feature
but-
it will not allow us, it only shows the top 4 or top 4 active participants in the
Okay,
Microsoft. That's the
because
drawback of
this,
this.
yeah, this is what I wanted because we need to run assessments.
All right. And I'm
Okay,
sure
thank you.
things are going to change because you're familiar if WhatsApp had initially 4 people calling. As of last week, they've upgraded 8 people can have a video call. So slowly people are developing, a lot of companies doing a lot of changes, bringing a lot more features. So hopefully your favorite tool will also have many of these options coming up, at least in the next near future.
Okay. No, we would like to look at the other tools also. Kahoot, we have used at school. I am employed at a school, so we have used Kahoot and the other things. But this also, I hope it improves quickly. Right? Thank you.
All right. Welcome. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Gopal.
Thank you. Yeah.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Sure, please go ahead.
Yeah. So we majorly use Microsoft Teams for the virtual meetings and presentation sessions in our organization. And, I was wondering how does breakout sessions can be done in Teams? Can you just help me out with it, Mahesh? Yeah.
Sure, we can check this. We'll have to look if you're having the latest version of Microsoft Teams, you'll be able to do a breakout session. But I can do a quick breakout session at this Zoom here to just demonstrate for all of us that breakout is possible. Yeah, if you're all okay, we will take another 5 minutes. I'm just going to show a breakout session where I'm going to allow each of the smaller groups to go into breakout rooms, and then you'll meet few participants.
Magesh, I think many people have dropped out. Yeah, from 47, 48, we have 34
Yeah, the numbers
now.
are coming down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
I
check
think
for
we'll
the
be
time.
conscious of the time as well. Yeah, we're just going ahead with the time as well. Yeah, you can please write individual emails to me and I will be able to respond to it and I can help each one of you look at few options.
Okay.
We look at it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Okay, so we'll pause here and ask you quickly to share your overall experience of the day. How has it been? How things are? Where do you think you can use any of these? Maybe you can type in your responses, or I will also open a whiteboard. You can actually type in your responses on a whiteboard as well.
Mr.
Or you
Mahesh,
can
Madhu here. Can I ask one more question?
Sure, please go ahead.
I have set my background as virtual background, but I don't know how to make it full screen. Can you guide me on that?
Okay, those are additional features. We will take it separately because it needs a different configuration. For example, in my system, if I try a virtual one, it will not even work because these are some on beta versions. So they keep varying. So I recommend to try a few hands-ons, and I can take a one-on-one to talk about it, and we'll do this, the virtual session. Yeah. Thanks. Okay, so I've also actually got your whiteboard on, and your whiteboard is on, so you can type in your responses, how's been your interaction, how's been your program, and some of you can go on live talking, some of you can type on chat as well. Yeah, we thoroughly enjoyed facilitating this program for all of you. As I said, this is quickly only an introduction to give you on the tools to talk about it. There can be a lot more detailed activities on how you can design and run a lot of programs, how you can virtually present things a lot more hands-on activities, which we can do with smaller groups of 12 to 15 of you.
Someone can go on audio also in parallel.
Thank you, Mr. Mahesh, and thank you, Mr. Gopalan. It was really good. The session was good. It was quick. It was engaging, and it had things one after the other. So time was not wasted as of such, except for the Kahoot, which ran for a few more seconds. But I was happy to learn many things, and I have many queries in my mind, which I will surely email you about it. And I'll be very happy to be involved with other sessions that you may come up with. Thank you, and thank you for the time that you have spent with us.
Thank you, Cecily.
Hey, Magesh and Jian, the session was brilliant as usual. And I think your IPACT model summarizes it all. Because the individual, the purpose, the audience, the content, and the technique, if somebody remembers those, even then we'll be on track. It was brilliant. Thanks.
Thank you, Nandan. That's wonderful. You remembered all the 5 elements of IPACT, and it serves as a reiteration for us. Thank you. Thank you, Nandan. Pooja? Yes, Pooja.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for the wonderful session. It was very informative, especially Kahoot and the Mentimeter. I want to ask you, as an educationist, I often need to conduct online assessments for my students with internet supply, which is not very, stable. So, under the given circumstances, which is the best tool to use for online assessments?
Microsoft Forms.
Would that be objective kind of answers or only objective?
Mr. Mahesh, could I answer?
Sure. Please go ahead. Yeah, you could use Microsoft Forms or Google Forms.
Yeah, we've been using Microsoft Forms, and in Microsoft Forms, you can have both multiple choice answers, questions, and also the written format. Both are available. If you go for multiple choice questions, you can put in the answers, and the computer checks it itself, and it immediately shares the scores to the students. But if you do not want the students to see the scores, you can also go for that option. There are written ones also, which we can use for assessments. We've been successfully using Microsoft Forms.
Thank you, Cecily. That was very informative.
Yeah, you can even lock the time. If you want it available only from this time to this time, it's only available for that.
Okay.
Answer. Okay. Thanks, Pooja.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
And as educators, yeah, go ahead, Cecily.
Mr. Mahesh, is there anything else that we have yet to explore in Microsoft Forms? We've been using this, and we are learning as we are going about it, and we work as a team, so we get a lot of input. But is there anything else that you know of and I do not know of?
Nothing at this point of time. I think you've experimented well and explained it well as well. Very nice.
Okay.
Jian, do you have something?
Okay.
Yeah, I would like you, as you're experimenting Microsoft Forms or Google Forms, But the next level is using a full-fledged learning management systems. That is the next level where you can completely offer the course end-to-end through an online mode.
Yeah.
Well, one of the famous is Blackboard, which many universities, schools are all using, or Managed Back. There are multiple, do a Google search for learning management systems or learning management solutions that provides you a completely integrated model for content delivery, assessments, grading, leaderboards, gamification. The entire gamut is covered, but that is highly sophisticated. It can cost you also. So the education really buy that. Yeah.
So it is called learning management solutions or systems.
You do a search, in Google, one of these you will find.
Okay.
Plenty of options you will have. Yeah. That is the next level. Not just using for assessment, but delivering the entire course end to end.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Gopalan.
Okay, Magesh, I think we need to close. Yeah.
Oh, yes, wonderful.
Yeah.
We thoroughly enjoyed facilitating this. Thanks for your active participation, and have a great day, and look forward for all of you using many of these tools, sharing your knowledge with many of you as well.
Thank you, Mahesh.
Thank you, Mr. Gopalan and Mr. Mahesh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jian and Mahesh. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the wonderful session.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mahesh and Mr. Gopalan. It was a wonderful session.
Thank you, both of you. Good learning today. Thanks.
Thank you.
As a host, we will leave at the last. See you, Madhuri. Yeah. Anita, you still have anything to share?
Hello. Your name is Magesh or Mahesh?
That question, yes. The famous question is everyone has asked it.
Many are typing Magesh, many are typing Mahesh. So I just out of curiosity, I have nothing to do with it.
I am okay with both. It's spelled as Magesh. I'm okay with Magesh or Mahesh as well. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Madhuri, for your active participation.
Thank you very much. It was so nice. So many new things I learned.
Excellent, excellent.
I responded also your survey questionnaire.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Ganesh is still there, or is kept it on and left? Dr. Ganesh, Anna Pinto.
Yeah, Dr. Ganesh is back. He's showing his area, construction happening and stuff.
Yeah, he's on his mobile, I think.
I think we can close.
Yeah, I have closed him. Anna Pinto.
Not to be seen. You can close Anna Pinto as well.
Yeah. Okay, Mahesh, fantastic.
Thank you.
You can save your, you can save your thing, and you can stop your YouTube.